Welcome to Final Whistle Football News, the home of daily football and transfer updates. Subscribe now and join the community of true football lovers. Never miss a moment from the beautiful game. My first news is Robert Lewandowski's injury return timeline revealed as Barcelona star set to miss El Clasico. Barcelona have been dealt another painful blow, and this one stings right before El Clasico. Robert Lewandowski has reportedly been ruled out for up to 6 weeks with a hamstring injury, meaning the Polish striker will miss the high-voltage clash against Real Madrid later this month. The 37-year-old picked up the injury while on international duty with Poland during their 2026 World Cup qualifier against Lithuania. Ironically, he played the full 90 minutes and even found the back of the net, but complained of discomfort afterward. Back in Barcelona, scans confirmed the bad news: a muscle tear in his left thigh. Barcelona released a statement confirming the injury, saying, "Robert Lewandowski has suffered a hamstring injury in his left thigh. He will be sidelined, and his recovery time will depend on how the injury progresses." That's club language for, don't expect him back anytime soon. When can Robert Lewandowski return? According to Mundo Deportivo, the expected recovery period is 4 to 6 weeks, ruling Lewandowski out of some crucial fixtures, including the El Clasico trip to the Santiago Bernabéu on October 26. He's also set to miss the upcoming La Liga clash with Girona and Champions League tie against Olympiacos. If his rehab runs long, games against Elche, Club Brugge, and Celta Vigo could also come too soon. That's a worrying list for manager Hansi Flick, who already has a packed injury room featuring Marc-Andre ter Stegen, Gavi, Dani Olmo, and Joan Garcia. It's turning into a full-blown fitness crisis for Barca, and it couldn't have come at a worse time. With Real Madrid sitting top of the table, Barcelona's title hopes could take another hit without their veteran striker leading the line. For now, Ferran Torres and Marcus Rashford are expected to share attacking duties, while Lamine Yamal could be handed more minutes. Not quite the trio you'd expect to see in an El Clasico, but football loves its plot twists. Lewandowski, who scored 42 goals across all competitions last season, will be eager to return quickly, though Barca fans might prefer he doesn't rush it. After all, hamstring injuries are the kind you can't play through, no matter how many goals you've scored. My second news is Barcelona fear Raphinha may miss El Clasico. That he's still not back in training. Barcelona may have to cope without Raphinha for a little while longer, as the Brazilian is still not training with the first team and is expected to sit out the next 2 games against Girona or Olympiacos. Raphinha was ruled out for 3 weeks with a hamstring problem before the win over Real Sociedad and is still yet to return to full training, according to reporter Adria Albits. Diario Sport are worried that Raphinha won't even make it back in time for El Clasico against Real Madrid at Santiago Bernabéu. Raphinha's recovery is said to be taking longer than expected, and he's in serious danger of missing the crucial La Liga game on October 26, according to the report. Hansi Flick currently has his hands full with injury problems and has plenty of decisions to make regarding his 11 to face Girona next time out, after seeing Robert Lewandowski become the latest player to be sidelined. Lamine Yamal and Fermin Lopez are both back in training and likely to be past fit in time, although Flick will have to decide how much game time to give the duo on their return from injury. Ferran Torres, Rooney Bargi and Marcus Rashford are also expected to be available after featuring for their international teams over the last 2 weeks. My third news is Liverpool. PSG rival Chelsea in Morgan Rogers' chase. Liverpool and Paris Saint-Germain have reportedly joined Chelsea in the race to sign 23-year-old English international Morgan Rogers from Aston Villa next year. According to a report by Graham Bailey on TBR Football, Liverpool and Paris Saint-Germain are interested in Morgan Rogers. The Aston Villa playmaker is also a target for Chelsea, with the West London club chasing his signature for a long time. However, the English international is in talks with the West Midlands club over a new contract. Morgan Rogers and his time at Aston Villa so far. Morgan Rogers has become one of the best young prospects in the Premier League since joining Aston Villa from Middlesbrough in a deal worth £15 million, including add-ons, in February 2024. The 23-year-old did not take long to make his mark at the West Midlands club, and he has established himself as a pivotal figure for Unai Emery in the last 18 months at Villa Park. the English international has been a mainstay in the final third for Aston Villa in the last 18 months, and he has chipped in with 17 goals and 19 assists in 80 appearances thus far for the West Midlands outfit. Meanwhile, Rodgers' progress has not gone unnoticed, capturing the attention of high-profile clubs, including Chelsea, Liverpool, and Paris Saint-Germain. A man in demand. Chelsea's continued interest in the Englishman is understandable. While the Blues heavily reinforced their offensive unit in the summer transfer window, Facundo Buonanot may not be part of Enzo Maresca's long-term plans, after the West London club initially excluded him from the UEFA Champions League squad before integrating him into the group. So, Rodgers is a viable target for Chelsea. As for Liverpool, the Reds are keen on bolstering their offensive unit by signing a versatile attacker amid uncertainties surrounding Mohamed Salah's long-term future. While Morgan Rodgers will not be a like-for-like replacement for the Liverpool talisman, he can add some much-needed creative output in the final third. Meanwhile, PSG's interest in the Aston Villa playmaker makes sense. The reigning League One and UEFA Champions League champions are scouring the market for a productive attacker, and they can pursue him if a first-choice forward leaves. However, the 23-year-old Englishman is in talks with Aston Villa over a new contract. With Rodgers opening talks with Aston Villa over a bumper new contract, his prospective suitors face frustration in the race to sign him. It will be interesting to see what the future holds for the English international. My fourth news is Man City and Arsenal would have to beat Real Madrid to sign Bundesliga defender. Eintracht Frankfurt's rising fullback Nathaniel Brown has surged onto the radar of Europe's elite, with Bild reporting strong interest from Real Madrid, Arsenal, and Manchester City after a string of standout displays this season. The 22-year-old has also been linked with AC Milan, showing how quickly his stock has climbed. Transfer insider Florian Plettenberg adds that Frankfurt are fully aware of the mounting attention and are expected to insist on offers of at least €60 million before considering a sale. With January approaching and summer already in view, Brown looks set to become one of the most coveted defensive targets on the market. Nathaniel Brown has impressed top clubs. Comfortable overlapping on the outside or underlapping into half spaces, Brown offers variety in build-up and an outlet in transition. That versatility explains why three clubs with very different styles are circling. Arsenal under Mikel Arteta prize fullbacks who invert into midfield and help control central zones. Brown's comfort receiving on the half-turn and moving play vertically would suit Arsenal's playing style. Manchester City, meanwhile, frequently deploy fullbacks as auxiliary midfielders or as touchline runners depending on the opponent. Brown can offer that, and that is something that Pep Guardiola is looking for in the market. Man City and Arsenal involved in four-way battle for Brown. Real Madrid, Arsenal, Manchester City, and AC Milan all see a modern, two-way left-back who can elevate their systems, while Eintracht Frankfurt are prepared to cash in only at €60 million or more. Whether a deal materializes in January or waits until summer will depend on the interested clubs and the player's future plans. Brown's rise has moved him from promising prospect to premium target. My fifth news is Real Madrid knows how to secure the funds to stun the world with a Haaland bid. Real Madrid has long dreamt of signing Erling Haaland, and even his 10-year contract with Manchester City appears unlikely to end that ambition. The Norwegian striker is currently in exceptional form and looks set to deliver yet another record-breaking goal-scoring season. Haaland's focus remains on Manchester City, where he is determined to help the club reclaim silverware after finishing the previous campaign without a major trophy. His performances continue to underline his importance to City's ambitions, with his relentless drive and clinical finishing making him one of the most valuable players in world football. However, reports from Spain suggest that Real Madrid are preparing an audacious move that could see them break the world transfer record to secure his signature. Neymar's move to Paris Saint-Germain still stands as the most expensive transfer in football history, yet Madrid appears willing to exceed that figure in their pursuit of Haaland. Madrid's transfer strategy. Although Real Madrid is not known for making signings purely to set financial records, their admiration for Haaland's abilities may prompt an exception. The Spanish club is reportedly exploring ways to raise the funds necessary to finance such a monumental transfer. One possibility being considered is the sale of Brazilian forward Vinicius Jr., whose contract renewal talks have not progressed as smoothly as hoped. There has been growing interest from clubs in Saudi Arabia, with one potential bid believed to be worth an astonishing €250 million. Such a sum would represent one of the largest transfer offers ever made and could provide Madrid with the means to finally achieve their long-held goal of bringing Haaland to the Santiago Bernabéu. Financing the dream move. As reported by Sportin, if such an offer for Vinicius materializes, Real Madrid would likely accept it and redirect the funds towards signing Haaland. The Manchester City striker is already among the highest-paid footballers globally, and the English champions would be reluctant to part ways with him. Nevertheless, should Madrid table a record-breaking bid, City's resolve could be tested. Haaland's potential move would undoubtedly reshape the football landscape, uniting one of the game's most prolific forwards with one of its most iconic clubs. While there are many financial and contractual hurdles to overcome, Real Madrid's determination to sign Haaland underlines their ongoing pursuit of excellence and global dominance. My last news is footballer charged with killing teenage opponent in brutal murder. During match. A footballer has been arrested on suspicion of killing an opponent during a match after a 16-year-old player died following a melee, allegedly being hit in the face and back of the head several times. A footballer has been arrested on suspicion of killing an opponent during an amateur match. Moises Pulido allegedly attacked 16-year-old Luis Torres following a heated clash on the pitch. The teen was charging through midfield in the second half when he laid off the ball and shouted at a rival about a mistimed tackle. The 25-year-old suspect reportedly jumped into the fray and allegedly punched the teen in the face multiple times. While Luis was on the ground, Moises allegedly continued to rain blows on the back of his head, causing trauma that proved fatal. The teen began convulsing and had died by the time emergency services arrived. Moises is said to have fled the scene. The horrific incident took place during a 7-a-side amateur match on a synthetic pitch in Guadalajara, northwest of Mexico City, Mexico, on the evening of September 9 last year. Luis's team, Viper 3.0, beat Moises's side, Deportivo Esmeralda, 3-0 in the Canon League fixture. Following a court order, Moises was tracked down and arrested last Friday, October 10, more than a year later. He was brought before a judge on a charge of intentional homicide, as reported by What's the Jam. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Final Whistle Football News, and turn on notifications so you're always in the loop with the latest transfer news and rumors. One more thing, what are your thoughts on these updates? Comment below.